you recently. It sure feels good to come back to visit the people of the springs. It's been a while since we last got in touch with Mualani. I wonder what she's up to now. Have Mualani be our guide. Oh, Paimon just remembered something! Do you remember that journey to the mysterious island that we were never able to complete? Yeah, that's the one! Paimon remembers the chief of the people of the springs told us that we must find it. We can invite her to be our guide and set off for the island! As qualified adventurers, we should never give up! Well... we should owe it.
Sorry, we don't carry any black swimming floaters here.
But why? Black floaters look really...
May I ask whether you've had some bad...
well, yeah, sorta. The last pair of black floaters I bought ended up getting bitten by Koholosaur.
I knew it. I specifically asked an expert from the Masters of the Nightwind about this one.
Really?
Also, have you by any chance become a mosquito magnet? Or...
Yeah, that's exactly how I've been feeling. It's all starting to make sense.
In that case, I'd recommend either pink or blue swimming floaters. According to the experts, bright colors can not only lift your mood, I'll even offer you a discount if you'd like. Just see it as a way of celebrating.
You'd really do that? Then I'll take one of each.
You got it. Well, hello there. If it isn't the traveler in...
It's been a while, Mualani. Was all that stuff you were saying just now really true? Do pink and blue floaters really bring good luck?
Of course. I know a friend who nearly drowned once, but because she was wearing blue floaters, a group of Koholosaurs came to the rescue and brought her back to shore.
Whoa, for real?
But let's get back to why you're here. Are you looking to buy some water sports products? Come on, don't be strangers now. I can give you whatever you need. You are...
No, we actually came here to ask you to be our guide.
Well, you've come to the right person. So, where do you want to go?
We want to visit the mysterious island from the legend.
A trip to the mysterious island? Oh.
Do you have any concerns, Mualani?
I assume you're already aware of how difficult the trip will be, right?
Yep, your chief has already made that pretty clear. But with our adventuring experience and with you as our guide, we'll definitely be able to reach the mysterious island.
Then I'll have to explain some things to you first. I learned all my skills as a guide from Uncle Nu, and he's the best guide in the whole tribe. But apparently, even he has never successfully... With a good guide to lead the way, a journey should usually be fun and pleasant. However, going to the mysterious island... But since it's you two asking, I definitely won't. It's just my duty as a guide to explain these things before I officially agree to go on.
Paimon thought this would be a piece of cake for you, but it seems like we're actually asking a lot. Paimon will feel really guilty to make a friend go through a bunch of Mualani?
Whoa, what's the hurry?
Come on, what are you waiting for? Kolo just got back to the tribe.
Oh, Kolo's back. Wait,
Who's Kolo?
Oh, he's currently ranked as the #1 guide in the People of the Springs. Besides the tribe's first chief.
Really?
He's always out and about, so we don't get to see him often. Sounds like this is quite an occasion, though. Let me put up the closed sign first. Oh.
the crystals you asked for can only be found in caverns deeper than 500 meters underground. Here, have a look. As for the people you asked me to take along, they almost all got lost in a cave. Out of my... Next time, just save the trouble and let me go alone. Indeed. Well done. No wonder he's the best. I wouldn't dare to go more than 200 meters down into a cavern like that.
I wonder how much he made this time.
Whoa, he really does sound like a super amazing guide. Do you think you could get some pointers from him, Mulani? Who knows? Maybe he could save us some trouble on our trip to the mysterious island.
Ko'olo always treats his experience like trade secrets. He never tells anyone anything about being a guide.
Oh, okay.
But one day, I'll also be able to reach the island.
That's him, right? Do you really think you'll be able to get his help?
Allow me to do the talking. You must be the top guide of your tribe. I have a commission that I hope you'd be willing to consider.
That guy sure looks familiar. Oh, aren't those two the scholars from Sumeru who were bitten by the Koholosaurs? They also wanted to go to the mysterious island, right? Seems they finally realized that they need a guide.
A commission? Since you've obviously heard about my abilities, have you also happened to hear about my rates? If you're not intimidated by the price, then we can talk.
Yes, I've looked into everything I need to know. As long as the trip is a success, then the commission fees won't be a problem.
Oh? And where is it you want to go?
The mysterious island.
Just as Paimon thought.
But first, please don't misunderstand. I'm no tourist. I wish to visit the real place.
You hear that? He wants to go to the island.
In that case, Ko'olo's the only one for the job. But the journey to the island requires a lot more than just a guide, right?
Since you want to visit the real mysterious island, then I'm sure you've also heard about the requirement for our trip, right?
Yes, I know. According to the legend, only those who are willing to entrust their lives to one another will be able to reach the island together. I must reach that island, even if that means putting my life in someone else's hands. I have made up my mind.
Don't waste your words on me. The way I see it, the requirement is just a way to weed out those who do not have the skills to reach the island by themselves.
You...
You say you'd put your life in somebody else's hands? Ridiculous. Even if someone were to trust me with their life, they'd just be another burden. Let's look at it the other way around. Why would I place my life in the hands of someone whose abilities are far below mine? That is what the legend is really hinting at here. Many guides in the tribe have received commissions like this, only to end up bogged down by their incompetent clients long before reaching the destination. How do you think I reached the mysterious island? I made it because I chose to go alone.
Well, I'm different. I'm no ordinary tourist.
That doesn't make much of a difference to me. You'll give up halfway at best, which is a waste of my time. And a waste of your commission fees. I can tell you're just looking to explore something new. If that's the case, then you can find another guide in the tribe. For example... new student, over there.
What's up with that guy's attitude? Paimon takes back everything nice she said about him.
I have things to do now. Goodbye.
Hold on, Ko'olo.
What's wrong? I'm only introducing a potential client to you because I know you're a teacher. In fact, I'd say it's quite the opportunity.
Never mind that for now. I don't agree with your views on the island. Uncle New taught me that...
I know. You're just the same as him. You both obviously hope to prove yourselves, but still think that you have to follow the legend to the letter, waiting for a cumbersome client to find you before even trying to set off.
Mulani?
The rare ores I brought back are proof that I've been to the island. But as for New, where's his proof? Why don't you wait until he's actually found the island before you start using his views to refute me?
I'm really sorry. I just wanted to take you to see what the excitement was all about. I wasn't planning on getting into an argument with him again.
That Kolo seemed to harbor some kind of grudge against you, Mulani. Or maybe your teacher.
I know. Quite an impressive achievement for my teacher, huh? Even the best guide in the tribe can't stop talking about him.
Oh, Paimon thought you'd be more upset.
Of course not. Uncle Nu has also argued with Ko'olo before. I've already heard the same words several times now. But it's hard to prove anything to him unless you've actually been to the island. That's right. It's just that I've always seen the journey as something super important and not to be taken lightly. I was really surprised when you asked me to be your guide today. After telling you about all the dangers with such a serious face, I didn't make you think that you're causing me trouble, did I?
Actually, Paimon did think about taking our invite back.
No, please don't do that. Actually, that is also a part of what Uncle Nu taught me as a guide. The difficulty of the trip is the very first thing that needs to be clearly laid out to the group. If you want a chance of reaching the destination together, you must first reach a consensus on the amount of effort that will be required. I always felt that my teacher is no less skilled than Ko'olo. But Uncle Nu has never been to the island, so Ko'olo always uses that to push us down. So, as Uncle Nu's student, I've always wanted to complete the trip to prove his skills. It's a pity that I've never had the chance.
But don't you have that chance now, Mualani? If you'd agree to be our guide, we're completely willing to trust you with our lives. With the help of the renowned traveler and his trusty companion, you'll definitely be able to find the mysterious island. Then you can come back and teach that Ko'olo a lesson.
Oh, Paimon. Come on, bring it in.
Aw, you're making Paimon blush.
Alrighty then. If we're gonna go, we should start preparing right away. I've already had the plans for this trip written out for some time. Come with me.
Oh, it's that scholar guy. Paimon almost forgot he was still here.
Scholar guy? My name is Varundra. Please use it.
I didn't expect to see you again, Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, and it's that lady too. Hello again.
Excuse me, Miss Guide. Since we've been referred to you, would it be okay for us to join your journey?
I'm Mualani. Just call me by my name. As for whether or not you can come along, I'm sure you've already heard the requirements. We've only just met, and I'm not sure you're cut out for this trip. The path to the mysterious island is a grueling one.
Oh.
I admit that after coming to Natlan, I've encountered many things outside of my field of expertise. It's understandable you're worried that we'll slow you down. So how about this? We'll set off with you as ordinary travel companions, and I'll pay you the usual commission fees. But we won't officially be your clients. In other words, you needn't shoulder the responsibility of being our guide. And even if something were to happen to us, your reputation as a guide won't be tarnished as a result. How does that sound?
If you accompany us, then you are a member of the team. I could never agree to such a careless deal. Oh, don't tell me you think I'm the same kind of person as Ko'olo.
So you still refuse? Fine. Kariel, put the Mora for the return trip in your backpack. Without a guide, the road ahead may be dangerous, so please don't follow me.
Varundra?
Now he wants to go alone? Why is this guy so obsessed with that island?
Wait! Please don't do this in front of a guide. I can't let a tourist go on some dangerous journey all alone. Even my sweet mom would give me a harsh scolding if I ever let you do that.
I'm so sorry for the trouble. Really.
Don't say that. Although it'd be inappropriate to bring along two strangers I just met, there is another solution. How about this? Let's meet up tomorrow morning at the monument near the tribe's southeastern slope. I'll see you there.
So you've decided to accept my offer?
No. My plan is to use some of our time together to turn you from strangers into friends. The kind we can trust with our lives.
That's your plan? Very well, then.
Wonderful. On behalf of both Verandra and I, thank you so much.
Pretty sure only Mualani could come up with a plan like that.
We need to get started on our preparations. Come with me.
Rest and rebuild.
Hey, Alapha. I've got some business for you.
We've been over this before. The name's Yellowfath.
I know. It's just that Lapha sounds so much cuter.
Well, since you're the customer here, I guess whatever floats your boat.
I need a camping tent with all the accessories. Only the best you've got.
Another commission, huh? Just so you know, a full tent according to your standards is gonna be pricey. Is your client covering the bill?
How much are we talking?
Don't worry about the costs. I'll take care of it.
Oh, but that's not right.
Ahem. Let's make this clear, Traveler and Paimon. We're not working together like this is a hired commission, are we?
Oh, no. We're traveling as close friends who trust each other with anything.
That's what I thought. Honestly, I can be a little picky when it comes to camping equipment, and I don't want my friends to be paying for me. But don't worry, it's not that expensive. We're ready, Lapha.
Your total is 200,000 mora.
Isn't that still a lot for you, Mualani?
Just imagine us in the wilderness, okay? We can either sleep out in the open, tired and weary, or simply spend a week's worth of pocket money and completely solve that problem. I'd say that's a great deal.
You call that a week's worth of pocket money? Are you rich, Mualani?
That's not important. We still need to buy some equipment from another store. Come with me.
Custom-made souvenirs. Pick your color. Custom-made souvenirs. Pick your color. Custom-made souvenirs. Pick your color. Custom-made souvenirs. Pick your color.
Custom-made souvenirs. Pick your color. Custom-made souvenirs. Afternoon, Uncle On.
You call me uncle, but I'm old enough to be your grandfather, you know.
Because you're still young, Uncle On. Hey, can you help me find something kind of rare? I can negotiate the price. What do you say?
All right. What are you looking for?
A record player. Specifically, the kind that's convenient to take camping.
Oh, that model is pretty rare indeed. I thought it'd be nice to keep it as a prized collectible in the shop.
Uncle On.
Just don't break it, okay? I'll even buy it back from you when you're done with it.
Thanks, Uncle On.
A record player? Does that mean we need to buy some records too?
Yup, and that's our next stop. Hey, Paka Paka!
Mualani? Have you finally decided to release a record of your own?
You'd be the first I'd sign with if I ever did, but not today. I just want to buy a record. The one you've been keeping from customers and listening to in secret.
Uh-huh. That's a pretty rare record, you know? Besides, I haven't even finished listening to that one yet.
Maybe I can think of a way to connect you with a friend from the Masters of the Night Wind to release a record.
Whoa, then we could produce some really wild tunes. You've got a deal.
Nice. That's the record also accounted for.
What do we need it for anyway?
Well, I asked a friend from the Masters of the Night Wind for some advice once, and apparently, playing this song at night is an effective way to keep travelers safe and sound.
Is that really a thing? Well, if it doesn't cost much, that's a nice way to make the trip a little more pleasant.
You know how it goes, Mualani. 20,000 mora for this record. That's the best I can do.
Deal.
Looks like Milani really is rich.
That should be about everything we need to buy. Next is... I'm getting kind of nervous.
What's wrong, Milani?
Next, I need to find my teacher and get the map to the island. Besides the legend left by the first chief, there's also a map. Well, not just a regular map, it's more like a treasure map. It's full of strange symbols, almost like it's a part of a big puzzle. Guides must draw from their experience to decipher the map's meaning and understand the route. The chief made several copies of the map and distributed them to the first members of the tribe. The copies were to be passed down to future generations, so usually a teacher will pass their copy to their student. Which brings us to today. The day I officially asked Uncle Nu for his copy of the map.
Whoa. He Hearing that is also making Paimon feel a little nervous. Sounds like it must be a pretty serious moment.
Yes, but the thought of having you two by my side somehow makes me feel a lot better. We won't let Uncle New down, right?
That's right! Let's go and find them together!
Afternoon, Uncle New. I have a big surprise for you.
A surprise? Then you must be here to finally pick up the map.
You saw right through me, as always.
Did you forget that you had mentioned these two to me before? The ones who went to the Night Kingdom with you. In some sense, you could say that you've already trusted each other with your lives. It's just that my feelings are a little complicated now.
Huh?
Do you think that I'm still not ready yet, Uncle New?
No, I believe you are the best guide in your generation. It's just that I'm not ready yet. After all, the journey to the mysterious island is no easy feat for any guide of the people of the Springs. I'm still a little worried.
Don't worry. With our help, Mualani will definitely be able to find the mysterious island.
Yeah. This time I'll definitely be able to prove that Ko'olo is no better than Uncle New.
Don't misunderstand. Since you've made up your minds, I won't try to stop you. It's just... Please listen to your teacher's words once more, Mualani. Our mission as guides has never been to prove anything. There is only one thing we must do. Guide tourists safely to their destination.
I understand, Uncle New.
In that case, you may have the map. Also, take this with you.
What is it?
It's a talisman. Take good care of it. You must return it to me when you get back from the mysterious island.
Was this made with spinel fruit? For some reason, this doesn't look like a regular spinel fruit to me.
Right, which is precisely why it's so effective.
You really know me best, Uncle New. All right, Traveler and Paimon, tomorrow we'll set off. Make sure you get some good rest tonight.
Yay! Paimon can't wait for another adventure! It's about time to meet up now. Let's head to the spot Mualani mentioned.
Traveler, Paimon, over here!
You're here, Mualani! Oh, and those strange scholars are here too!
Good morning, you two.
Morning!
So when are we leaving?
Seems you're as excited as a child before the start of our journey.
I just want to get down to business as soon as possible. You know this is no leisurely spring stroll, so I hope we can all act a little more professional.
Don't worry, I'm a very professional guide. Our journey to the mysterious island has officially begun.
Yay!
First, do you all see the statue here?
Uh-huh. Is it an important clue?
Well, no, it's not a clue at all. He was the first chief of the people of the Springs who came back from the mysterious island and set up this place. It's a monument. The first thing we need to do before we set off is to touch the statue and pray to our ancestors. This will make our journey to the mysterious island smoother.
Is there any theoretical basis to support that claim?
A theoretical basis? No, but my teacher taught me it's an essential step before heading to the mysterious island. Very good. You didn't try to argue with me over something that you aren't knowledgeable about. That's very professional of you.
Sure, but since this practice doesn't have an empirical basis, I won't be able to include it in my thesis.
Come on, everyone. Greetings to my ancestors. As your descendant, I'm about to follow in your footsteps and witness your accomplishments. Allow me to depart under your gaze and return under your protective watch.
It really feels like we're about to embark on a great adventure!
Now, please get ready. We're going to look for the first clue.
Speaking of which, where should we look for the clue?
At a place where many gather. Like a party.
Huh? Wow, there are a lot of Kaholosaurs here!
As expected, the first clue is related to the Kaholosaurs.
When people from outside the tribe get a copy of the map, most can deduce that the first clue is related to the Kaholosaurs. But they often end up looking in the wrong direction. When the first chief created the map, he left a special mark for this part. It's a code that the tribe uses to indicate a herd of them. So it'll be impossible to gain any leads from just finding one or two stray Kaholosaurs.
You're a real pro at this, Mualani!
But according to the information I've been able to find, Kaholosaurs don't like gathering as herds unless it's to compete for the hot springs.
So let me tell you a secret that only a guide from the people of the springs would know. It so happens that wild Kaholasaurs periodically gather in the valley up ahead. It's almost like how our tribe gathers together for festivals. Still, as soon as the season changes, the herd quickly disperses again. Unless you're a guide who's always running across Natlan, it would be very rare to ever witness such a thing.
This is a thing? I need to note this down right away and include an explanation as a part of my thesis.
According to what I've deciphered from the map, a clue is hidden deep in that valley.
But to get there, won't we have to get through the herd of Kaholasaurs?
We'll have to think of a way to sneak past without startling them. They're gathering together with their friends, so I'm sure they don't want to be disturbed.
You mean we're going to have to walk through the Kaholasaur herd? That feels a little...
Given we've agreed to work together, everyone should do their part. However, Karia has been attacked by Kaholasaurs before, so this isn't an ideal plan for her. But it shouldn't be a problem at all for me. Let's have Karia wait here, and I'll take over all the tasks that were supposed to be entrusted to her.
No worries. We don't need everyone to go. We actually need someone to stay and look after the luggage, so we'll leave that to you two. Traveler, Paimon, please come with me.
Is that so? Then that works out perfectly.
And now I understand how much you care for your assistant scholar. Follow me and stay close. Oh no, we've been spotted. Let's back off and try again.
These Kaholasaurs sure seem on guard. We'll never get through.
Given you've already used the information provided by the map to deduce that the clue is in that valley, why don't you simply chase them away? You're pretty strong, aren't you?
First of all, the elders of the tribe have always warned us to never hurt the Kaholasaurs. Doing so will almost certainly bring bad luck. And secondly, you can't just show up and intrude on others' gatherings, much less make them leave. That's just terrible.
But on what basis?
Okay, so can we figure out another way to enter the valley?
There must be a way to enter the valley without startling them. It'd take a while for me to come up with a solution on my own, so I'd like to ask everyone to help come up with some ideas.
Let Paimon think. Oh, is there a detour or another way around?
According to the map, the clue is right in the middle of the Kaholasaur herd. Even if we try to approach from the other side, we'll just run into the same problem.
This is tricky.
Karia, I've noticed that you only talk when you're trying to help smooth things over between Varamdra and the others. I'm sure you must have some ideas of your own, so why don't you share them with us?
Me? All right. When Varamdra decided to look for leads on the Kaholasaurs, I wanted to help, and so I also looked up some information about the creatures. I discovered something very interesting. We thought that the Kaholasaurs relied on their hearing to track their prey, but they also possess a very keen sense of smell. But I'm not sure how useful that information is.
Oh, that was actually very useful, Miss Karia.
You can just call me Karia.
In that case, please stay here and keep an eye on the luggage. Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I've got an idea. Found it!
What's this?
The key to making our way through the herd. If the Kaholasaurs have a keen sense of smell, then even if we try to sneak around and stay, but this plant can help us solve that problem. Because its fragrance is we can apply the plant's extract to our bodies and trick their sense of smell.
So, we're gonna rub...
Don't worry, it's also good for your skin.
Oh, Paimon feels all wet and slimy. But this actually does smell like a Kaholasaur.
Perfect. Okay, let's try to to make our way through again. Follow me and stay close. Be sure to stay out of sight. What's that sound? Careful! Oh, it's just a young Kaholasaur. Don't worry, this little one doesn't pose any danger. How could there be so many here? We can't get through! Oh, I have an idea. Wait here. Careful! Don't startle them. We must be getting close.
Look, a bunch are gathering around that rock. What are they doing?
Maybe when things start to get boring, they gather together and talk about something fun? Too bad I can't understand what they're saying.
But Paimon thought guides from the people of the springs could understand Kaholasaurs.
Sounds like someone has been trying to trick you.
True, they were definitely trying to scam us. Huh? Do you see that on the rock? It looks like some kind of drawing.
I've heard that there is a type of moss that changes color when it reacts to the biological signals released by Kaholasaurs. But to trigger that sort of reaction, you'd need a huge number of Kaholasaurs. That must be the clue!
Should we take a picture?
Oh, the flash might disturb them. Let me try to copy it down.
So we've passed the first stage of the journey now, right?
I see. Had we chosen to drive the Kaholasaurs off, then we never would have found this lead. Seems there was a logical basis for everything you said after all.
Has he always been this way, Miss Karia?
He's just obsessed with his research. That's all.
At least this has shown that my judgment is correct. I've proven my trustworthiness. And so, there should be no need for us to argue next time.
Yes, I understand. And I suppose that'll help us avoid wasting time.
Mulan really knows how to lead our group.
Next, we'll need to use the lead we found to uncover our next destination. Now, what does this pattern represent?
Hard to tell. Paimon certainly doesn't have any idea what it's trying to get at.
Aha! I got it! Though the lines are kinda rough, I can still see that they represent the boundaries between the water and the land at Jadeskirt Knoll. We can use this to fill in the hole on the map and find our next destination.
Really? You got all that just from some rough lines?
Well, intuition is also a part of it. Maybe I've just seen too many maps as a guide, and now it's easier for me to pick up on patterns like that. All right, break time is over. Let's get ready to move. I'm not completely sure yet. The map seems to indicate there's a mechanism here that crosses the water. But I still need to think about what these lines might be referring to.
I knew it! My theory was correct!
Sounds like he's got something to say again.
If you have any suggestions, then please feel free to share.
I believe the mechanism that the lines are indicating is a spirit way.
That is a possibility. But I don't remember anyone from the tribe setting up a spirit door around here.
According to my theory, it might not have been set up by humans. The dragons living in that land also used a similar device, long before the humans. Speaking of which, the spirit doors your tribe uses may have been built imitating the dragon ones.
Oh, I remember now. Uncle New did mention this possibility to me before.
After learning about the legend, I realized that it was connected to my research, and so I looked up a lot of related information. Even though I haven't found an exact route to the mysterious island, I'm fairly certain I've deduced the geographical features of the island's surrounding areas. Firstly, it's at an intersection between water and land, and secondly, there should be a high concentration of phlogiston. My research indicates that the Spirit Way was originally a natural phenomenon caused by the flow of phlogiston. Therefore, the area must contain many potential spirit ways, and the dragons who lived here in ancient times may have left behind some devices to control them.
Oh, amazing! Now it all makes sense.
Now everyone's contributing to the team.
You flatter me. If my theory is correct, we should already be very close to the mysterious island. Once you've unlocked the mechanism, we'll be able to derive the island's location.
All right. Then let's start searching for the dragon's spirit door.
That's just a quick and easy name. I won't be able to include it in my thesis. Given the dragons used the device long before the humans, we should stick with a name that references no human concepts. Calling it a phlogiston node would be much more appropriate.
Then let's start searching for the phlogiston node. Speaking of which, what does it look like exactly?
If I'm not mistaken... Look that way!
Whoa! It started glowing! This should be it, right?
Looks like we can activate it once we get close enough. The light does remind me of a spirit way. But according to the map, there should be 2 more phlogiston nodes. Let's keep searching, everyone.
stabilize!
Hold the line! We finally found all of them.
Great work, everyone! Okay, now first, we need to figure out how to control this thing. Its qualities are very similar to that of a man-made device, but it doesn't seem as intuitive to me.
Is there something wrong?
See, look at this. After activating a normal spirit door, we could just go ahead and use it. But this one requires someone to stay and keep operating it here. Also, according to the map, we need to activate the mechanism and switch between different phlogiston nodes to change the path of the spirit way. If we don't operate the nodes properly, then the people on the spirit way will come tumbling from the sky.
Isn't that super dangerous?
In theory, the process should be very safe, but only if the 3 phlogiston nodes are each being operated by someone.
Do you think you'd be able to operate it? I just tried, and it clearly requires more skill than a typical spirit door.
Though I've never tried before, I've read a lot of information and theoretically should be able to properly control it. Let me give it a try. Huh? But in theory, this shouldn't happen.
If Verandra can't control it, then that also rules out me.
Okay, well, how about you?
After all the adventures he's been on, handling something like this should be easy peasy.
All right, then it'll be up to the Traveler to stay here and operate the phlogiston node. I'll go activate the mechanism. I'll let you know when we need to switch nodes. Just make sure you quickly head to the corresponding node, and we should make it safely.
Wait, but handling it this way sounds even more dangerous, Mualani.
Don't worry. It looks like the spirit ways are all above the water. I'm pretty good at swimming, so I'm not afraid if I end up falling in.
But it's so high, and you'll be falling so fast. If we don't manage to reach a node in time, or if we make a mistake, there's a lot that can happen.
Do you still remember the promise we made before we left Paimon? Only those who can trust each other with their lives can reach the mysterious island. Since you two are willing to trust me, then naturally, I'm willing to trust you.
Alrighty. Please be careful.
That was perfect.
You were amazing, Luolani! There were a couple of moments Paimon thought it was over.
I'm confident I could do it all over again. Wait, why are the phlogiston nodes no longer lit?
Oh no, you're right!
It appears the phlogiston nodes here need to automatically recharge. Once they're activated, they'll be unusable for some time.
In that case, no matter what happens next, we have to seize our chance. Otherwise, who knows how long we'll have to wait for another shot.
Do you hear that?
The weather's getting gloomy, and a bunch of whirlpools just appeared in the water!
Yes, we need to get to higher ground and take a look. Hey, look over there!
Whoa! There's a giant whirlpool over there!
Yep, and that's our next stop.
Huh? What do you mean?
The info I deciphered from the map points to only one possibility. To reach the mysterious island, we must enter that massive whirlpool.
No way!
Forgive me for being frank, but as a guide of the people of the Springs, I'm sure you understand the danger of such a vortex even better than we do.
Yes, I know. But whether it's the information deciphered from the map or the direction of the spirit wave that I observed in the air, everything points to the path ahead being hidden in that whirlpool.
And what if you're wrong?
Parandra.
I'm not trying to be unreasonable. Unfortunately, I'm very knowledgeable in this area. The spirit waves must have affected the nearby bodies of water and lowered the water level. That's why the whirlpools appeared. At this rate, some of the land that was once underwater will soon reappear at the surface and see the light of day again. Don't you think that sounds more like the definition of a mysterious island? So, our goal should be the shallow waters. If we enter that vortex, the undercurrents will drag us to the bottomless abyss.
He does seem to have a point.
I can't find any evidence to refute your claim for the moment, but I still trust my judgment.
Then it seems like it's time for our collaboration to come to an end.
But didn't we all agree to trust each other?
I have reached this conclusion based on my field of expertise, and I cannot deny it, even if you try to convince me otherwise. From now on, let us each choose our own way.
No, I refuse.
You!
Letting your clients separate themselves from the group in the middle of a journey will result in the worst luck possible. I will not agree to that.
Then we can implement the plan I proposed at the very beginning. You're not my guide, and as such, you don't have to take responsibility for me.
Oh, but you can't do that once you've traveled together as a group. If you were to leave now, we'll all be hit with bad luck. It's now beyond both our control. How about this? You and Karia wait here. We'll go first and investigate the whirlpool. I know you like to explain everything with theories and logic, so let me build my case first, and then I'll come back to convince you.
Well,
Traveler, Paimon, let's get going.
Whoa. The massive whirlpool is up ahead. Just the thought of going in there is making Paimon dizzy.
Do you also think that this is a reckless decision?
Well...
It's okay. That's completely normal. Actually, I completely understand how Varamdra feels. This is just how it is to be a guide. The tribe's experiences passed down from generation to generation are what give us the ability to guide our guests through hardships. This gives us the power to decide which way we should go. But it also means that we must bear the consequences of our
Vale.
mistakes and judgment,
Se me oye 1, 2, 3,
which
4,
could be
5,
quite
6.
dire this time. Although I'm pretty convinced
Hola,
that all the
chupapijas.
leads we have collected are
¿Qué tal,
pointing us to the
Alex?
whirlpool, I still don't know what awaits us inside.
Pues aquí me pillas
If
haciendo
the
esta misión
scholars
que, a
still
ver,
choose to reject my plan,
no digo que sea mala,
I don't
pero
have the confidence to ask them to only do as I
Genshin sigue
say.
igual, tío. Peca
The
de
same goes for the
misiones
two of you.
interminables,
You are the
muchísimo
commissioner,
texto.
so if you think this is too risky, then it's perfectly
Es que mira,
reasonable
si
if
al
you
menos
want to end
estuviese
the trip
doblado,
here.
me explico, si estuviese doblado en español,
The good news is that I
Pues
know
bueno,
the way
lo
back to the
escuchas.
tribe very well.
pero es que leer tanto texto en la pantalla,
Mulan,
tantas horas,
Traveler.
te cansa un poco, sinceramente.
that's right. You've trusted us before, Mulan.
Y lo de
Now
que
it's
te dé
our turn to
pereza,
trust you.
lo entiendo perfectamente.
Besides, it's gonna take more than a whirlpool to scare the two of us.
Porque,
We all managed to make it back from the Night Kingdom. After an experience like that, what's so scary about being sucked into a whirlpool?
Aw,
me ha
Paimon.
bajado un poco el fuego, ¿no?
Come on, bring it in again.
All right. Let's investigate this whirlpool and see if we can gather any info to convince that
Siempre cansa, o
scholar.
sea, estar leyendo y leyendo y leyendo. Ya, yo lo que estoy haciendo, por ejemplo, es leyéndolo así un poco por encima y mirar los próximos juegos que van a salir, para apuntarlos en una lista,
No, it's just that
etcétera,
we can't
¿sabes?
see much
Hacer
from
mientras
here.
cosas.
I'll get closer to the
Por-
water and have
A
another
ver,
look.
la historia, la de
Wait a
Natsland,
sec.
o como se
Is
llame
it
la
just
nueva zona,
Paimon, or does the whirlpool
te ha
seem
hecho
to
las
be
dos misiones principales,
getting
las que
smaller?
habían disponibles. A ver, no han estado
You're
mal,
right.
¿vale? Han estado bastante bien.
Maybe it's just like the phlogiston
Y esas
nodes
sí las he
and can
estado
only be
leyendo.
active for a certain amount of
Pero
time.
por ejemplo, esta misión me
means we need
parece un
to hurry.
poco...
Miss Guide, we have a problem.
Hay una que da 500 gemas. Sí, es por completar la
Karia?
historia.
What are you doing here?
Son dos misiones principales
Tried
y la
to persuade
duración
him,
es...
But Varamdra insisted on verifying his
Pues
theory
diría
first.
que
He
el
said that the
primer
water to the
capítulo
south
una
was
hora y
about
media,
to be
más o
shallow enough
menos.
to wade through.
Una hora y
After
media.
he took a few steps,
Y
the
el
water
segundo
suddenly began to
capítulo
surge
diría
and
que
he
más o
was swept
menos...
away.
Sí, lo mismo.
I'm not much of a swimmer, so I
Puede
came
que-
to call for help.
Sí, una hora y
Why
media.
did this have to happen now?
Entonces digamos que en 3 horas. En 3 horas completas la historia.
No
Y
time
te
to
dan las
hesitate.
500 gemas.
I'll get in the water and rescue him. Just tell me which way he went, Karia.
No me han puesto tiempo. Vale, mira, te explico. Para conseguir... Ah, me la han quitado. No me aparece, porque ya lo he conseguido. Ah, no, sí está aquí. Vale. Mira, ves, misión de Arconte ya disponible. Misión de Arconte del modo historia. Entonces... son 2 capítulos. El capítulo 1, en el que conoces a la niña pequeña, ¿vale? Y haces unas misiones con ella. Y el capítulo 2, que es cuando conoces al Arconte, ¿vale? Y haces unas misiones con ella. Una vez completados esos 2 capítulos, te dan las 500 gemas. A ver, sí, ya, a ver, lo del mapa. Tampoco se tarda tanto en desbloquearlo. ¿Por qué? Porque es muy pequeño en comparación con el resto y la verdad es que se agradece, sinceramente. Me está gustando más este mapa que Sumeru, de lejos. ¿Por qué? Porque está todo más compactado y lo veo mejor. Como que al estar más compacto tiene más cosas, está más... mejor hecho, no sé si me explico. Entonces... A ver, en Xbox lo van a sacar a finales de año. No sé si era en noviembre. Creo que era en noviembre lo habían anunciado. ¿Noviembre? Hasta noviembre, vale. Y a ver, los teleport. Si quieres, puedes hacerlo mientras estás en... O sea, por ejemplo, mientras estás escuchándome, lo puedes ir haciendo, así por lo menos no te aburres. Los teleport en media hora, o sea, en 30, 40 minutos lo haces. Suelen ser fáciles, o sea, no están escondidos ni en sitios muy complicados. O sea, son fáciles de conseguir. Y esa fecha... No sé, la fecha, no sé por qué han puesto esa fecha. Pero supongo que es porque se acaba la exclusividad con la Play. Ya ves, te renta hacer el evento, o sea, el evento y tal, porque dan bastantes protogemas. Mira, ahora te enseño las que consigo yo ya. Aunque yo ya tenía, creo que eran unas 20... Y bueno, lo que estoy haciendo es... Esta misión es de las secundarias de las tribus, que son 3. Esta es una de ellas. Luego voy a por las otras 2. Y tras esto habré hecho ya el contenido de la 5.0. O sea, habré hecho todo el contenido. Lo he hecho en un día. O sea, tampoco es que hayan añadido mucho. Lo están añadiendo poco a poco. O sea, en el próximo parche creo que añaden más cosas, tal. O sea, en la 5.1, etc. Y lo que tengo pensado es, una vez que termine con esto, con estas misiones, es volver a Sumero y continuar con la historia. Porque me lo dejé hace 2 años. Y de hecho, mira en YouTube para ver la fecha y sí. El último vídeo que subí de Genshin fue en diciembre de 2022. Así que han sido, bueno, 2 años de descanso de Genshin. Digamos que ahora he vuelto, pero con excepciones. La primera es que no voy a hacer diarias. Eso de entrar, voy a entrar todos los días a hacer diarias. No, eso no va a pasar. No voy a hacer diarias nunca más. No me interesa. Lo segundo es la resina. Me da igual que haya resina acumulada. O sea, no voy a entrar todos los días tampoco al Genshin. Voy a entrar en plan, me apetece entrar a... yo qué sé, hacer unas dungeons, no sé, pasar un rato. Lo hago. Que no me apetece entrar durante una semana, no voy a entrar. ¿Me explico lo que quiero decir? O sea, le voy a tomar como un complemento. El día que no me apetezca jugar un juego o que quiera descansar un rato y no pensar mucho, pues me meto en el Genshin y ya está. Así que no voy a volver en plan viciante como antes, de todos los días entrar, hacer las diarias, el pase de batalla, captar la resina. No, eso no lo voy a hacer. Sí, así es lo que voy a hacer para matar el tiempo. Pero claro, para hacer eso quiero estar al día. Estoy muy atrasado. O sea, he apuntado en una libreta, ¿vale? Si quieres luego te hago una foto. Y tengo que continuar desde el parche 3.5 hasta el 4.8, ¿vale? Entonces, claro, son 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Son 13 parches. Son 13 los parches que me he perdido. Básicamente sí, porque es un parche cada 2 meses más o menos. Y como he estado 2 años, pues... Le falta tierra. Sí, pero no estoy al lado. O sea, en este fin de semana y tal, como no voy a estar jugando otra cosa, en este fin de semana me hago todos los parches. Son básicamente la historia y las misiones legendarias. 13, pues vamos a ver que me crece. Vale, venga, sácatela.
What was that sound? Oh, it's scary to camp out at night.
Don't worry. Remember the record player I bought? Let me go turn it on.
Pues te la saco. Pero bien, mamada. Hombre, yo soy un profesional, ¿eh? Estos labios tienen mucha calite.
Wow, so it really works. Paimon thought you were just playing it for good luck.
Y bueno, está mirando los personajes. Hostia, de los últimos 17 personajes, solo hay un tío. ¿Vale? Que es gaming. El resto son todo tías.
In a
Tiene
sense,
sentido, ¿eh?
this trip to the mysterious
Pero
island
mejor,
is also
¿por
a
qué?
custom left behind by the first
Pues
chief of
porque
the
menos
tribe.
personajes que tengo que buscar.
I wonder
¿sabes?
what kind of experience he's trying to
Mira,
share
acabo de
with us.
encender la Play y tengo un enredo de actualizaciones por descargar. Pues dale a actualizar, o sea,
Yeah, Paimon would like to know
para que se
too.
descarguen los parches y eso.
Even though I've heard
Son
my
labios de
parents tell
profesional.
stories
Sé que ahora
since I was
viene un más
little,
nuevo. Sí,
I
se
actually
llama
don't know
Kinich.
too much about him.
Ese
It
lo quiero
said
conseguir.
that he was the first
He mirado en
person
el
to make
banner
a map of
y
Natlan,
lo tengo asegurado.
and even the first person to
Vale.
become friends
Y
with the
tengo las suficientes
Koholosaurs.
tiradas.
That
Tengo
sounds
acumuladas
pretty
50
amazing.
tiradas y lo tengo asegurado. Así que
Yeah. There isn't a place
lo voy a
in
tener.
Natlan that he didn't visit.
¿También lo quieres?
Even
Sí,
the
sí, lo tengo
most
asegurado.
remote parts bear his footprints. Even now, no one has
Cuando
even
termine estas
come close to
misiones,
his
me voy a poner a
reputation
buscar
and
sus
status
materiales.
as a
O sea, ya
guide.
tengo por aquí, me la ha pasado
His trip to the
Marcos.
mysterious island is the most legendary of all
Los
his
materiales que
accomplishments.
necesito. Y entonces ahora
But
pues miraré en el
oddly
mapa de
enough,
dónde están.
after returning from the mysterious island,
Creo que yo no lo tengo
he
asegurado.
laid aside his
Pues
yearning
F.
for adventure and chose to settle down.
Aunque bueno, normal.
That's how the
Acá han
tribe was
salido...
founded.
O sea, te
It
salió
really
el tío
makes me
este, el
wonder
del
what
lobo,
the
el
journey
hombre lobo
meant to
este, ¿no?
him.
Que ese yo lo quiero. O sea, es que no tengo un DPS de hielo, tío.
A camping trip
sea,
shouldn't be this stuffy and quiet.
El máximo es
Everyone needs to
Chonghyun.
help make it more lively. How about this? Before we rest
Yo lo que
for
quiero
the
conseguir
night,
es el set.
let's have a bonfire
El
party.
del nuevo que va a salir. Ya se sabe qué
If we're
set
going to go
utiliza.
plunging into that whirlpool tomorrow, then wouldn't it be
Sí, el
best to
lobo
try
pega
to
muy
rest
duro.
and conserve
O sea,
energy now?
el de
Now's not
hielo,
the time
el
to be
tío
a
de
party
hielo,
pooper.
el
You
lobo de
ought to
hielo ese,
agree to ideas from the one who rescued you
que se
today.
llama... Es que no me acuerdo cómo se llama. Grio o algo,
All
no me
right.
acuerdo.
So what do the rules
Ese quita
stipulate
muchísimo
for a
daño. O sea, yo
bonfire
lo
party?
probé y ese yo lo quería.
Rules?
Pero...
A bonfire
Así
doesn't
no me
have
tocó.
any rules.
Y...
Everyone just needs to have a good time.
El gemelo
How about
de
this?
fuego.
I'll ask everyone a
Ese me lo
question,
perdí porque
and
obviamente
then
ya no
we'll
entraba a
take
jugar.
turns saying what's on our mind.
Y el
Okay,
tercero
sounds
que me
fun
interesa es Mika.
So, for the first
Ese
question,
pues no lo tengo tampoco.
what's
esos son
the
los tres que quiero.
purpose of a journey?
El Inae, que es el de
Oh, we
fuego.
were just talking
Mika,
about this.
que es el de hielo.
Let's
Y el
hear
lobo.
everyone's ideas,
El...
and maybe we can figure out what the first chief
Y luego
was
creo que
thinking
van
back
por
when he made the
sacar en
trip.
el set.
Paimon can go
Mika
first.
ya está en el
If you ask
permanente.
Paimon what
Ya,
the
pero
purpose
es que
of
para
a
que te
journey
toque,
is,
es que
it'd
son montones de
definitely be
personas, son
about
montones de
treasure
personajes.
and all kinds
La
of
probabilidad de que
delicious
te toques
food.
uno
And
entre el resto.
most importantly, it's about
Y
making
ya
the
sabes
trip
también lo que
together with
digo.
your companions.
Los personajes morados para
Yes,
mí
I can't agree more.
merecen la pena.
Okay,
A ver, que no digo que sean malos, pero para que sea un personaje cheto el morado, o sea, para que esté a la altura del legendario, sí o sí tiene que tener todas las lupas. O casi todas. Es una lotería que te toque, básicamente. De hecho, es que los personajes que ponen en el banner, los morados, son más difíciles que los legendarios. Y tú dirás, ¿por qué? Vale, porque tú un legendario lo puedes llegar a tener asegurado. Y lo tienes. Y con tener el legendario ya tienes el legendario. En cambio, el morado, si te sale, por ejemplo, en el banner Mika, ¿vale? Pone en el banner y en el banner aparece Mika.
You sure are taking your
No lo
time
tienes
thinking
asegurado,
about
jamás
it.
lo vas a tener asegurado. Te puede
Oh,
salir
I get
un
it.
arma o al
You
siguiente
must
uno
have
de los
passed
otros dos
through many
personajes.
nations
Y
before
así.
making it to Natlan, right?
Y lo peor es que, claro, lo suyo es que te
It's
salga
quite
varias
possible
veces.
that your experience
Un personaje
traveling
morado sin
is more
dupes
than what I have as a
es muy
guide.
pocho. Es
It's
muy pocho.
understandable that you can't explain
Para
it
que
off
sea
the
medio
top of your
decente
head.
debería tener mínimo
Why don't I circle back to you
la
later?
mitad.
You
La
can tell me
mitad de
once
las
you have a
dupes.
clear answer. Next, let's hear what Karya has to say.
Me?
Si ya me salió una vez como una vieja dentro la primera.
Well, this is actually
Una
my
vieja
first
dentro.
time traveling. So I don't have
That doesn't matter. This is a party around the bonfire, not some research
Ah,
seminar.
la de...
Alright.
la del arco.
If I had to say what the meaning of a journey is, I'd say
Sí, la primera que dan...
it provides
sí,
an
esa.
opportunity
Ah, no me
for
gusta.
true companionship.
A ver, a mí,
Before you reach the
primero, para
destination,
que me...
you don't
a
need
mí me
to
gustan
think
los
about
personajes que son
anything
chicos.
outside the trip itself.
¿Vale? O sea,
As
yo
long as
priorizo
you
a los
stick
chicos.
together with your companions.
Para que me guste un personaje chica,
Don't have any
pues obviamente
trouble
tiene que
to
estar
worry
muy
about.
buena.
Yeah,
Tiene que entrarme
I
por los
get it.
ojos. ¿Vale? Y jugablemente tiene que ser un top. ¿Vale?
I
O que
hope that
aporte
didn't sound too silly.
lo suficiente como para que diga, quiero este
All
personaje.
right. Now it's
De eso yo
Verandra's
diría
turn.
que para mí el top sería
All
Kokomi.
right, if you insist.
Por el tema de que es la mejor healer del juego, de lejos.
In my opinion, our
Pero de
goals and
lejos.
dreams in life are all in pursuit of what we call
La segunda yo diría que es
results.
Val,
The so-called
es la que más te
journey
aporta.
is but a path that leads to these
como
results.
supone.
So, the greatest meaning of a journey lies in managing to find the right result.
Not sure I completely get what you mean.
Y ahora mismo no caigo más.
There's nothing difficult to understand. It's the same as the
Sí, eso
decision
ya me
of your
salió en la
first
sopa. O
chief.
sea que te ha salido bastantes veces.
He must have
Ese, ¿no?
discovered enough valuable results after visiting the mysterious island to decide that he should end his journey. Once you've achieved the results you want, any additional journeys would become all but meaningless. Before
Y sigue
coming
larga esta
here,
misión, ¿eh?
someone had stolen the results
Llevo
of
desde
one
que
of my
empezó el
research
directo.
projects. All that person had to do was sign
Además,
his
creo que
name
ya
on
tengo
my
como en
achievements,
C5.
and he was
Hostia.
able to take all of the honors. All my effort vanished
Mira,
into
te
the
explico lo
airs
que
that would
pasó de
never
lo de la
existed.
cama.
Do you understand now, Miss
Ayer,
Guide? Without
antes de ayer,
results,
por la noche,
the journey is meaningless.
yo noté que
I sympathize
había algo
with your
como que un
situation,
picor, ¿vale?
but I'm afraid I can't agree
Me
with your
giro un
take.
poco hacia la derecha
I don't need your sympathy.
y veo
As
como
long
de
as I can
mi
reach the
torso
mysterious island and find the correct
baja hacia
results,
la cama algo,
my
algo
pain and
oscuro.
struggles will become just another
¿Te
insignificant
picó?
part of the
No sé, no
process.
sé. Yo notaba
What happened
cosas.
during the day already
¿Vale?
proved that my theories were wrong. So I'm willing to
Al
trust your
girarme, al
judgment.
abrir los ojos,
I apologize for our
claro, yo tenía
previous
la luz
argument.
encendida. O sea, yo duermo
I
con la,
must
con la
make it to the
lamparilla encendida
mysterious
siempre.
island. And if I have to entrust my
O sea,
life
yo
to
nunca
someone
duermo
else
con
to
la luz
achieve
apagada.
that goal, then so
Entonces
be
me da
it.
por girarme y veo algo marrón
That
corriendo por la
actually
cama,
supposed to be an
escapándose.
apology?
Mira, pego un
That
salto
sounded
y un
kinda
grito.
awkward.
Empiezo a mirar, no la encuentro.
There's a saying among the
Pero yo
guides
sabía
of
que no
the
era un
people
sueño,
of the
yo sabía que era real.
springs.
Levanto la cama
If the
corriendo,
goal of the
empiezo a
journey
mirar,
was to
cojo la
reach the
spray y empiezo a echar
destination,
hasta que la
then you
veo.
should have never left the house to begin
Enorme,
with.
enorme.
Because the final destination of every journey
No,
is your home.
se metió por detrás de la
It would be
estantería.
disrespectful
Le
of
llega
my
a
duties
comer
as a
spray, pero
guide
se
if I
metió
were
por
just
detrás y
taking
ya no la he
tourists
visto más.
straight to where they wanted to go.
Es la segunda
It's my
vez
hope to
que
also make everyone feel happy along the
aparece
way
una
to their
cucaracha en mi cama.
destination. That is what I would truly call a journey.
Y
And that is
sinceramente
my
ya
answer.
Just as you
O sea,
don't
hacía
agree with
2
me,
meses.
I can't agree with your
2
point of
meses
view
que no
either.
veía ni una.
I'm not too worried about that.
Hace 2 meses
After all,
retiré la
another purpose
estantería de
of
mi
traveling
habitación, sí
is
lo
to help
conté.
people understand each
Y
other better.
había una raja
What sort
por
of
donde entraban
logic is
por el
that?
tema de la humedad del bloque.
All right, that's it for this
Lo,
round.
lo tapamos, echamos
Since it's
polvo,
still
tal.
early, how about we tell some horror
Y
stories
hasta 2 meses
next?
sin aparecer ninguna. O sea, ya. Y eso que yo estuve un mes y pico, que yo me levantaba
Oh,
sobresaltado.
now Paimon's
Pero por lo
scared.
menos, a ver, dormía, pero a las 5 o 6 horas me levantaba corriendo sobresaltado. Vale, eso ya se me había quitado. Hacía por lo menos un mes que ya no me pasaba.
Paimon slept so well. Oh,
Pero
Mulan
tras
and
esto
the
ya
others seem to be up already. Let's go see
he
what they're
intentado
up to.
dormir. O sea, esta tarde he cerrado directo y he cogido, me he puesto, esta noche me he acostado. He echado spray alrededor del colchón, incluso en el colchón. He echado en el colchón spray, en los bordes. Y me he acostado. Pero no. A los 10 minutos me despierto sobresaltado. Me despierto y digo, ¿qué hora es? Me da por mirar. Hayan pasado 10 minutos. Intento dormir otra vez y nada, a los 10-15 minutos otra vez me despierto sobresaltado. Intento dormir otra vez y ya a la tercera cuando me ha vuelto a pasar. He dicho, vale, no voy a poder dormir. Aquí ya no. Así que me levanté, he dicho ahora directo, aguanto. He hecho otro café. Llevo hoy 5 cafés para aguantar. Porque llevo sin dormir desde antes de ayer por la noche. Así que... Y lo peor es que el lunes, empiezo las clases. Y con todo esto que está pasando ahora mismo yo estoy mentalmente... No estoy bien, yo no te voy a mentir. Y encima sabiendo que le tengo fobia a estos bichos estos. Es que antes prefiero encontrarme una anaconda o una araña, una tarántula o un lagarto, es que me da igual. Pero no, una cucaracha, les tengo fobia, no puedo. Y saber que está en mi cama por segunda vez, a saber si ha estado recorriendo mi cuerpo. Es que es algo que no le deseo a nadie, es que no. Y ya sé que en mi habitación no puedo dormir, ya. Así que me toca esperar a que mi madre se levante por la mañana Y entonces cogí y decir, pues mira, me tengo un bajo estoy. ¿Encontraron otro lado? No lo sé. No lo sé, pero ya da igual. O sea, yo no puedo estar retirando todas las estanterías otra vez. Es muchísimo trabajo para ver de dónde ha salido. Y aunque lo lograse hacer y volviese a tapar o tal, yo ya no me fío. No me puedo fiar. Sí, estuve echando spray, sí, gasté 2 botes. Pero ya no, o sea, es que ya no es la cuestión de... Nada, no creo que salga ninguna, he hecho mucho spray.
Just in time.
Es que es algo que
I
no
was
puedo
about to go
controlar.
look for you.
Me despierto sobresaltado, ya no puedo dormir.
Already
Ya no.
caused the whirlpools to reappear again?
Ya tengo...
We're in luck. The
Ya no.
phlogiston nodes were recharged by dawn. I had Karya and Varamdra control the nodes this time, and we were able to quickly unlock the mechanism. We were practicing all morning so they could get the hang of controlling them.
No, si es que lo que tú dices,
Oh, it seems
si es que
after
da igual.
apologizing, you've already become
Sí, a ti te ha
trusted members
funcionado,
of the
pero es que da
team.
igual. Yo pongo eso y
Is
da
now
igual.
really the time to
Voy
be
a decir
teasing
por qué.
us? Don't
¿Por qué
forget that the
crees que aparece en
whirlpools
mi
won't
cama?
last all day.
He's right.
De
We
hecho, la
should really
mayoría de las
hurry over
cucarachas
to
que
the
hemos
massive
encontrado son en
whirlpool
zona
again.
nevada.
Even though we had
Porque
this
esquivan
discussion
el veneno que he
yesterday,
hecho.
I still
Tanto
want to
los
double
polvos
check.
como los
You all
sprays.
trust me, right?
Saben que están
You
ahí
bet.
y entonces escalan por arriba.
Okay?
Es el
Then let's
problema.
go.
Así que nada. Ya da igual, o sea, es que ya da igual lo que haga. Ya en mi habitación no me fío yo de dormir. No puedo. Duermo en el salón, en el sofá. y ya está.
Paimon accidentally swallowed some water.
Acabaré con la espada destrozada.
So scary.
El veneno que te mostré la otra vez
What
atrae a
is
las
this
cucas para que
place?
se lo coman y después se
I
van
can't believe it.
a morir a otro
There's
lado.
subterranean caverns
Si
under
están
the
en tu
water.
casa ya están muertos.
Milani was right.
Let's see where this cave leads. Come with me.
El problema es que ya compré un de este especial que tenían como un comedero, que entran dentro a coger la comida y supuestamente se la llevan al nido incluso y mueren y tal. Pues no sirve de nada. Siguen apareciendo.
According to the map, we need to head
¿Por qué? Porque
downward.
es que ya...
Okay.
Es que
Don't be
básicamente no sé
afraid,
cuántos
everyone.
nidos habrá en este juego.
Jump down with me.
Que no, la única solución es irnos de aquí. Pero para eso se necesita dinero. Así que...
Is that lava up ahead?
Así que no sé.
It appears these caves were formed by volcanic activity.
I see.
Yo
Then the spirit
yo sí iba a
waves were
saber qué pasa
affecting
todo
lava
esto.
deep underground.
Aquí no nos mudamos.
Altering the lava's
Como otro
flow
sitio, aunque
created
haya que pagar un
temporary
poco más.
holes, which allowed us to follow the water's current and enter this underground
Y ya
space.
está.
Yes, it can all
Pero
be
no.
explained in theory now.
Fuma para
Are
al
all
bloque de la humedad.
scholars from Sumeru like
Encima el bloque
this?
se está hundiendo.
Hard to say.
Es porque algunos de los apartamentos alrededor de vos tienen la plaga.
But can there be
No,
an
si es que el
island
problema es que el
in this
bloque se
kind
está
of
hundiendo.
underground space?
It appears
Han
we
aprobado
haven't
una
reached our
derrama
destination yet.
urgente
Let's keep going,
para la
everyone.
restauración del patio. Porque de la humedad que hay, la parte de atrás del bloque está hundiéndose.
Off we go.
Solidify!
Allow me.
Scatter!
La parte de que están intentando nosotros era el que tenía las cucas. Porque desde que se mudaron ha disminuido las cucas. Claro, pero aquí el problema no es el apartamento, es el bloque. Y lo peor de todo es que como van a meter mano, van a abrir el patio entero. Buah. La de cucarachas que van a salir de ahí bien. Y van a subir por las paredes, por el edificio, los pisos. Va a ser una infestación enorme.
Ooh, what's that light?
Let's keep going.
O sea, es que no es
We'll
que
be able
tenemos
to
que
see
irnos de
more
aquí.
clearly up
Hay que irnos
ahead.
de aquí.
Watch your step. Follow closely, everyone.
Lo que tienes que hacer antes de romper es fumigar. Ya fumigaron. Los vecinos de abajo contrataron una empresa de fumigación
Heads up! These
Fumigaron porque
volcanic
tenían
caves aren't very
su piso
stable,
estaba infectado
so
por
watch out for falling rocks.
Y fumigaron. Tuvieron que no podían entrar en su casa en todo el día. O no sé cuántos días. Y nada, a las pocas semanas de nuevo otra vez. Si no lo hacen primero, ahí si las cucas se dispersan.
What a maze! There's lava everywhere! Oh, which way are we supposed to go now?
Let's look around together and see what we can find.
En fin.
Very well. It would
Pero
indeed
bueno.
be useful to collect some
¿Y que ya está
environmental
descargando
samples
la
here.
actualización del Genshin?
There are plants growing here?
There's
¿Te quieres
nothing
reír?
unusual about
¿Por?
that. This is spinel fruit, which often grows around places with lava. Wait, it is a little strange. This isn't ordinary spinel fruit.
Sorpréndeme.
It's the same as the one on this talisman.
Isn't that the talisman your teacher gave you?
Yes. In which case, could Uncle New have been here before? But he clearly told me that he'd never made it to the mysterious island. I'll be sure to ask him
Necesito
about it
mandar a
once we get
descarga.
back.
A ver. Hostia, 1 hora. 73 gigas. Buah. Al menos lo habrás puesto por cable, ¿no? Para que vaya más rápido eso. ¿Qué tengo que hacer? Investiga la zona.
There's so
Lo
much
malo es que tengo
lava.
internet de 500
It's
megas.
getting pretty hot.
Bueno, más vale eso que
The lava here doesn't look
tener
very
10
stable.
megas, por ejemplo.
I'm afraid we can't stay here for long.
Lo malo es que la Play no pilla todos los megas. Entonces no va a ir tan rápido. Así que te va a tocar atrás.
From here,
Pero
the
hostia,
light seems to be
70
getting
gigas de
brighter.
actualización.
Speaking of which, where is that light coming from?
A distant light. Wait, there seems to be a mark that matches that on the map.
Miss Guide, it seems Verandra has also discovered something.
I've got it! I've got it!
Tengo que se robaron el cargador del control de
Do
Play.
you see that golden light in the
Sí,
distance?
sí.
I'm positive that's the mysterious island. That's where we should go next.
Really?
I'm a scholar from the Academia Spontima Darshan. I specialize in ores and minerals. When I first heard about the legend of the mysterious island, I took note. One exaggerated description I heard was that it's an entire island that shines like gold. What it was actually referring, under certain environmental conditions, large amounts of lava are quickly cooled, which then results in this ore. Since the ore can't be moved in time, it begins to accumulate, resulting in the alluring golden glow. If I'm not mistaken, there'll be a large pool of lava up ahead, and the mysterious island will be floating.
So you mean we really found the mysterious island?
Rejoice! Even a small piece of that ore will be priceless.
Really? Then let's hurry!
Wait, Paimon. We should head back now.
Why?
What are you saying?
This map is covered with symbols and riddles, but there's one thing that's written clearly. When you see the golden light, then what you just said may be correct, but that golden place isn't the island that my ancestors once visited.
Are you joking? You expect me to turn back now?
But Mualani's judgment has always been right. If she says head back, then...
You thought I'm after treasure?
Oh, he's acting weird again.
After my previous findings were stolen, I began a new area of research. And as long as I can bring this orb back, my
Pienso que se
theories
lo
will be
llevaron
proven
para
beyond any
cargar el
doubt,
móvil o
and
algo
I will
así.
be able to reclaim everything I have lost. To me, this ore is the result that must be obtained. Otherwise, all those hardships along the way will be rendered completely meaningless. Don't you understand?
As we agreed before, please trust my
Why? Are you wary of me? Now that we've confirmed that the legendary treasure really exists, you don't want outsiders to take it.
She's not that kind of person,
Sí, para
Verandra.
cargar algún móvil de
The
mi
result
sobrino.
is right before my very...
Este tío va a morir.
He went running in! How can he do that?
Son ansias.
Not good. We must stop him.
Es más, es que usan mis cargadores para cargar
Is
casi
it
todos los
just time or
celulares.
is the ground shaking?
O sea, ¿no tiene ellos suyos propios? Hostia, que sube la lava. Aunque parece arena, ¿eh? Más que lava.
What the? Where did these monsters come from?
These monsters. Looks like the lava here is becoming active again.
Miss Guide, Verandra,
He'll be trapped by the lava. We need to hurry and take care of these monsters.
Solidify! Scatter!
Thrust and rebuild.
Propagate!
Me parecen más.
Woohoo! Ho!
Gather!
Allow me.
Here! Propagate!
Let's shred, Sharky. Carbon waves.
Solidify!
Thrust and rebuild.
Scatter!
Esto dura, ¿eh? Sí, no, es que mis sobrinos son descuidados. Entonces no sabes dónde los
The
dejan
lava is
y es
rising.
fácil coger los míos.
Verandra,
Me falta
Traveler,
uno
Paimon,
electro
please take
y
care of
hacer
Paria.
reacción de
I'll be right
sobrecarga.
back.
Sí, pero
What are you doing, Mualani?
cuando estoy con el modo
I can
historia,
use my
¿vale? Con
surfboard
las
on the lava for a
misiones
short period of time,
principales,
but it will be a lot
meto al
spicier than surfing
protagonista.
on water.
But that's way too risky.
Por el tema del canon.
Okay then, we'll take care of things here.
Pum, pum, pum. Pero puede ir sobre la lava
The
también.
cave is becoming more and more unstable. We have
Bueno.
to hurry. More fallen
Ah, este
rocks.
personaje no está mal.
Okay, watch this.
Pero para el combate no me hace mucha gracia, la verdad.
Over there. Oh, looks like I'm just in time.
10 segundos. Y ya creo que va a vida, ¿no? Le hace más daño con combinaciones que sola. Sí, pero yo le digo los ataques, que no me gustan mucho. Lo de que lance el tiburón y luego ya se pone de pie.
It's right there!
Lo de que
I'm almost
lance
there!
como globos de agua.
Look carefully.
No sé.
You can't get through
Me-
the lava. You'll die if you try to make your way forward. Why don't you just give up?
O sea, pienso que tenía más
I do
potencial.
not give up. Well, I
En el
might
tema
not
del
be able
combate.
to do it, but what about
Me?
you? Have the ability to move over the lava. If you try, maybe you can reach the island and earn the height. That way, you'll have the results you need to prove yourself, and even Ko'olo won't be able to question your abilities. And you want to know why I won't give up, but I'm asking why you'd give up such an opportunity.
The lava is rising. If I take this risk, then how will the others get back? Did you forget?
You!
Come with me.
No!
Es como una pequeña kamikaze, pero más...
I've brought him back. He's fortunate that he wasn't serious.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank you so much, Miss Guide.
You're welcome.
O sea, no es como por
It's
ejemplo un
getting
gaming.
dangerous here, so we need to
O sea, la
find a way
jugabilidad de
out.
gaming pues es
No, I
divertida.
refuse!
¿sabes?
I can
Es
still
entretenida.
stand! Let me go back!
Seriously? How can you be so childish at a time
O
like
sea,
this?
por ponerte un ejemplo, si un personaje hace mucho daño,
Verondra!
pero no es divertido de manejar o no te diviertes con él, pues da igual cuánto daño haga. Tarde o temprano te va a aburrir
I've always
y entonces
believed
prefieres
that you're
ir
the
con
most
otro personaje.
talented person I've ever met.
No sé si me
Even if
explico.
your research was... I believe that even if you won't obtain any results this time, you'll still succeed in your new research. Because no one can take your talent away. So, I won't allow my dearest senior to die here because of his own stubbornness.
Cory.
She's finally opening up. And it seems like she's just the person we need to talk some sense into him.
Mualani, the lava is almost here!
Don't panic. It seems like the trick that Uncle New taught me is finally going to be put to use.
Where did all these Kaholosaurs come from?
No time to explain. Just get on.
El poder del guión. De repente salen amiguitos. Ahora controlador de peces de lava, literal. O sea, ¿de dónde han salido? O sea, ¿por qué le hacen caso?
Everyone okay? Let's take a head count. 1, we escaped danger and made it back alive. That's what I call good luck.
Oh, really?
What's the point? We still didn't reach the mysterious...
Hey, don't look so depressed. You'll scare our good luck away.
Actually, according to the map,
Oh? Then which way should we go? Wait, aren't we back where we started?
Ah, que esto sigue. Joder.
come on, let's go to the statue.
Espero que no sea como la misión de los Naranara. No, es la suerte del protagonista. Buah, la misión de los Naranara, ¿te acuerdas de Sumeru? Me ha dado por mirar lo que yo jugué en su día,
What's the point of coming
que
back
tengo los
here
vídeos en
again?
YouTube.
Here,
14
look.
horas me duró esa
Some hidden
misión.
words appeared on the statue after I touched it.
14 horas la puta misión del jardín onírico de los Naranara. Horrible.
Congratulations, guide from the future.
La mayoría
You
de
have
muchas
completed a
personas dejaron
challenge
del
that even
juego
I found ambitious. And
es esa
now,
misión
I
de
finally
Sumeru.
have the chance to tell you my story. You may have heard legends describing me as the best guide in all of Natlan. But in the beginning, I was more like a treasure hunter. I chased results, facing countless dangers to prove myself. Time after time, I ventured where others didn't dare, never failing to bring back rare treasures. My fame was second to none. And yet, I never felt satisfied. So I found a new goal, a challenge that no one had ever achieved before. The legendary Mysterious Island. Another chance to prove myself. Unfortunately, my friends who had traveled with me all this time had grown tired of my nonsense. Instead of praise, they now showered me with words of caution. Perhaps this journey was one that I had to complete alone. But luckily, they decided to once again put up with my antics. Just as before, they came up with ingenious ways to help me move forward. They never let me down, even when I had to place my life in their hands. And they always trusted my judgment, even when it took a lot of courage. In the end, just as ever, we found the result we came for. But that golden glow was baiting me towards death. It was the glow of a rare ore, but it was also the warning sign of an impending eruption. Maybe if I pressed on and put my life on the line, I could get the result I wanted. And yet, there was a chance I'd lose something even more precious. But don't worry. In the end, I made the same choice as you. Everyone was disappointed that their illustrious guide had, for once, returned empty-handed. But seeing everyone survive, I felt satisfied for the first time in my life. Perhaps the treasure I had really been searching for had been right here with me, all along. So, I decided to end my long journey and find a safe place for my hard-earned treasure. To me, this is the real mysterious island.
The hidden inscriptions disappeared!
These must have been the words the first chief left for those that...
In that case, the mysterious island from the legend is actually where the people of...
I remember now that the elders once told me our tribe was originally founded on a small island.
Digamos,
Later,
que hemos
the
estado buscando una
coastlines
isla,
changed,
una isla oculta.
allowing the island to become
Y
the
la hemos
journey
tenido
to the
delante todo este
mysterious
tiempo.
island starts exactly where it ends. Yeah. I think I understand.
The golden glow is an indicator of when the lava will periodically erupt. The principle of vulcanite formation implies that it will only appear at the start of fierce lava activity, and the flowing lava will quickly swallow it and make this means that there's zero possibility of ever bringing the ore back. Are the results I've been chasing all this time?
Verandra.
Our journey is not yet over.
Imagínate
As we
buscar
agreed,
durante toda
please
tu
come
vida
back to
algo
the
que no
people of the
existe.
springs with me. Then we'll
Tristísimo.
officially...
Fine. I suppose that would also count as some kind of result.
Don't be so down. I have a feeling that the next answer I'm looking for will also be useful to you.
I don't remember, Sal. There's still something important we need to ask
Puede
Mualani's
pasar
teacher
solo en
about.
Genshin. Ah, no, espera, que todavía sigue la misión. Joder. ¿Esto qué es la parte 2? O sea, si cuento la parte 1, que creo que fue 1 hora y media, más 2 horas de esta. Uf. Durito, ¿eh? Son 3 horas de misión. Mínimo. Y te quejabas de Sumeru. A ver, aún así sigo viendo peor Sumeru. ¿Por qué? Sobre todo por el tamaño. Al final el tamaño sí importa. Yo prefiero calidad antes que cantidad. Y esta zona nueva me gusta más por eso, porque es más compacta, más pequeña. No tienes que hacer tanto recorrido. Es que no sé, como que la gente, o sea, los jugadores, los desarrolladores se han metido en la cabeza de cuanto más grande sea el mapa, mejor. Y
It's good to see you again.
No
I
es así,
always
tío.
knew you'd return safe and sound.
Uncle, I've completed the journey to the mysterious island.
o sea, lo podría entender,
I'm here
lo
to return the
podría
talisman.
entender si al año salen muy pocos juegos,
But you
tipo
still have a question you
6,
wish
7
to
juegos al
ask
año.
me, right?
Yes.
Pero con la cantidad
You've been
ingente
there
de juegos
before,
que salen
haven't you?
todos los meses,
Yes,
todos los años,
I have.
If that's
que
the
te pongan
case,
un
then
mapa
you've gone on the
que
same
el
journey.
juego te va a dar
But why didn't you tell
para
anyone?
invertir en él. 100,
Because
100, 150,
I made a
200 horas.
choice.
Ya es inviable.
Choice?
Y
Did
te lo
you
dice alguien
notice
que
that
por
the
ahora
hidden
tiene mucho más
inscriptions
tiempo
on the
libre,
stone
más
tablet
horas.
disappeared as soon as you
Imagínate a
finished
alguien,
reading
pues,
them?
bueno, como tú,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
que tiene menos tiempo de juego.
There's a special paint
¿Cuántos
on
juegos
the
te puede
statue
pasar al
that
año?
would change color when it comes into
que no
contact
sé.
with volcanic dust. Only
Y
those
eso
who have been
cambiaron
to
de
that
desarrollador o no
underground
sé qué más.
space will be contaminated by the dust and be
No,
able
pero no
to
lo digo
see
solo
the
por
hidden
Genshin, lo
message.
digo por los demás juegos
But
también. O
once the dust starts to
sea,
wear
hace
off,
poco,
the
hace
hidden
nada, una
inscription
semana,
will disappear
semana y media.
again. And this is the
Jugué al
choice
Far
that
Cry
the
3,
first chief
¿vale?
left to us. If you
Ya lo jugué en
choose
su
to
día,
boast
en
about your
2012.
deeds, you will receive the
Y
highest
dije,
honor.
voy a jugarlo otra
But
vez
the
que me
legend of the
apetece.
mysterious island would be
El juego me ha
destroyed
durado
as
7,
well.
8 horas.
If you
Como
choose to
mucho
remain
9 horas.
silent, then the
y
mysterious
desbloqueé las
island
torres de
will remain
radio,
a legend
exploré el mapa,
and continue to
pero claro, era
attract the
más
next
compacto, más
generation of
pequeño.
young guides to
Y yo
rise
lo he
to the
disfrutado.
challenge.
En
In the
cambio,
end, my
el
companions
último
and
Far
I
Cry,
all
el
chose
6,
the latter.
el mapa era enorme.
I
Y creo
get
que
it
le tuve
now.
que invertir al
But
juego
not being
entre
able to tell
70,
anyone after
60, 70
accomplishing
horas,
such a
creo.
feat. People like Ko'olo will still
No sé.
look down on you. Are you really okay with that?
But have you
Mira,
noticed
este
that
que jugó hace
Ko'olo,
poco, el
who
Judgment,
claims to have been to
¿vale?
the
Este de
island,
los japoneses,
hasn't
el del
actually
detective.
completed the trip?
El mapa yo lo veo
What?
aceptable. O sea, es un barrio
Right.
y
Paimon
tiene
remembers that
mucho contenido.
Ko'olo said that he
Es
went
que
to
no
the
necesitas que
mysterious
sea
island
grande.
alone. But
No
there's
sé.
no way he could have been able to use the spirit ways.
He deliberately recommended the client to find Mualani, probably because he thought she wouldn't be able to reach the mysterious island. That way, Mualani wouldn't be able to expose him. As guides, we are not adventurers, let alone treasure hunters. The greatest responsibility of a guide is to take the client to their destination safely.
Pero bueno,
But
lo
in the
que hay, ¿no?
process, we also
Por
gain much
desgracia, la
skill
industria
and
está yendo por
experience
los
at
juegos
overcoming danger. This
de mundo
allows us to
abierto
go to places
y
that
con
no one
mapas
else can
inmensos.
reach, and even find treasures that no one else can find. Many guides gradually lose sight of their true beliefs and intentions in the process, and end up becoming like Ko'olo. They end up becoming more like thieves who would rush to the other side of the lava lake, regardless of the consequences, rather than good guides who would turn around and save their friends.
Y los
This
de hoy ya
is
se
why the
enfocaron
first
en otro
chief
juego.
left behind the legend and the
Zelda.
map. To lure younger generations into
El
taking
Zelda
up the
otro juego con un
challenge,
mapa
thereby
inmenso también.
teaching them
Y
everything he
encima el
had
2,
learned.
el Zelda
Aside from
Tears of
me,
the Kingdom,
many other tribe members have
tiene el doble
also
mapeado.
traveled to the
Porque
mysterious
tiene el
island.
mapa del
And
primer
just
juego
like me, they
y luego el mapa del
understood the
submundo,
first
de
chief's
bajo tierra.
intentions. So they've also made pacts with their companions,
Me acuerdo yo que me
choosing to give up the
duró
results that would prove themselves and give the younger
280
generation the
horas, puede
chance
ser, o
to
300
continue
horas.
the challenge.
Macho, es que
You've all
300
given
horas.
up
Vamos,
on the
no me
results.
jodas.
Sir,
Le eché
I've given
300
up on
horas,
merely
puto
one
jueguito,
result.
para poder
I
completar
haven't given
todo.
up on everything.
Los dos mapas,
Given
todas las
her
misiones
talent and
secundarias,
qualifications,
en fin, todo.
Mualani was well within her rights
muchísimas
to
horas.
choose the top-ranked guide Ko'olo as her teacher.
O sea, tú
But
imagínate
she chose me.
que en vez de jugar lo que jugué
I
en esa
believe I
época,
was
como
able
fueran
to
10 horas
cultivate such an
por día,
outstanding student and witness her completion of the legendary
Pues tengo
challenge
trabajo,
precisely because I didn't become
y
someone
de
like
tiempo libre
Ko'olo.
pues tengo entre 1 o 2
If
horas.
instead of looking at
Vamos a poner
one single journey, we
2
look at
horas.
my entire career as a guide, I'd say I have not returned
Son
empty-handed.
60 horas en,
What about
uy, en un
you?
año, en un mes. 5 meses. Le
Karia,
tiraría 5 meses con el Zelda.
I've come up with a new
Pero
research
porque tú
topic.
querías. Es que el
Would you
problema
like
es
to
que yo
continue working as my
lo he
assistant?
intentado. O sea, he intentado ir full historia a los juegos, full historia, e intentar pasar de la secundaria y del mapeado, pero es que no puedo.
The same as always, Varamdra.
Yo desde
You always
pequeñito
have to
siempre he
find
sido
evidence before
completista
coming to a conclusion.
y
I...
si un juego no hago... A ver,
In any
depende del
case,
juego, también te digo, si el juego
I
no me
can't give
gusta
you an
mucho,
answer
no voy a
right
hacer
now.
100%,
Karia,
obviamente. Pero si el juego me gusta
Because
y me
you haven't
engancha,
prepared the proposal yet.
yo voy a intentar hacer el
Shouldn't you finish
100%.
that first before recruiting
Principales,
assistants?
secundaria...
How could you forget?
yes,
Ya
of course.
coleccionable depende.
I'll certainly
Si me
prepare
dan
all the
algo que,
necessary
que
details.
tiene valor o que merece la pena,
But I've always found your
pues
proposals
puede. Y no son
fascinating.
muchos, pues puede que lo haga.
So I'm sure I won't be able to
También
turn
si
you down
incluye el
this
platino.
time either.
Si son simplemente coleccionables por coleccionar, y son por ejemplo 100, que le den por culo.
Karia,
Ahora si son por ejemplo,
given
yo
that
qué sé,
I've been
50
presented with new
coleccionables,
evidence, I've come up
y
with
te
a
dobletea
very
un poder
general theory.
especial, una
I can use
armadura
the ideas from the
especial,
chief's speech to
pues sí,
express it.
obviamente voy a ir a por él.
Perhaps the treasure I'm seeking has been by my side the entire time. No. To be more precise, it's been with me
Pero mira,
even
por
before
ejemplo,
I
yo me he
set out
comprado
on this journey.
el Judgment, el del
I
detective,
understand, Varamdra.
he ido a un
It
canal de un
appears this
youtuber,
guest has
y lo
also
jugó en su
found
día
his
para ver
answer.
cuánto le duró,
It
las
seems
misiones
he's
que hizo.
finally put 2 and 2 together.
There's nothing to worry about. It's just
Le
like
duró
Karia said. I can start some new
45
research and
horas.
reclaim everything I've lost.
But it seems he's still as
¿Cuánto
stubborn
me ha
as
durado a mí?
before.
Lo miré
Now,
esta mañana.
it's your turn to make the choice,
Y en hora.
Mualani.
But, Uncle New,
La
I'm sure
diferencia,
anyone
pues,
who
que
can
él hizo
complete the
misiones
journey to the
principales
island would make the
y
same choice,
algunas misiones
right?
secundarias. Yo que he hecho todas las misiones secundarias,
Very good.
todos los casos,
then there's nothing more I can teach you.
Todos los eventos de
Here,
amigos,
take this
todas
talisman
las
again.
novias.
You
todas,
can
claro.
pass it on to your student in the future.
Pero es que es eso, o sea, tú cuando compras un producto,
Looks like
cuando
it's
pides
also our time to say goodbye.
una comida,
You've taken great care
obviamente
of us
tú has
throughout our
pagado por
journey.
ello, entonces tú quieres
As thanks,
exprimirlo. No sé si me
I'm also
explico.
willing to keep the
O
journey
sea, por
a
ejemplo, si tú
secret.
pagas, te pillas un
Then
juego,
remember,
te ha costado
the
20,
next
30
time you
euros,
come to
40.
visit the people of the springs,
Tú quieres
you know where to find friends
esa
for help.
inversión rentabilizarla.
I
Claro, si tú solo
suppose
te
we
pasas
are
el juego sin más,
theoretically
en plan,
friends
voy a hacer la
now.
historia,
Yes.
y te
When
dura
I
8 o 10
publish my
horas,
next paper, I'll be
claro,
sure
no,
to add you to
yo
my
siento un
list of
vacío de,
acknowledgements.
no lo estoy
Well, that's one way
rentabilizando,
to
tío.
thank someone.
No lo
Then
estoy
Verandra and I will
aprovechando.
be taking our leave.
O sea,
I truly hope we'll get to see you all again someday.
Okay, bye-bye.
quieres sacarle todo el provecho, efectivamente. Hablando de juegos que a mí me gusten y que yo diga, me engancha el juego. Obviamente, si es un juego que lo estoy
You're back
jugando y...
already. So,
Ay, no me hace
as
mucha
new
gracia.
student, did you
No me
manage
está
to find
terminando de convencer, no me
Mysterious
gusta
Island?
mucho. Vale, obviamente me lo termino,
Doing here
porque
all
no me
of a
gusta dejar
sudden.
las cosas a medias. La única forma de que deje un juego a medias
Well, I
que
found
sea muy
something
malo.
even more precious
Muy,
than
muy
the
malo.
island.
que
Two
llegue un punto en el
friends
que
that I
diga,
can trust with my life.
prefiero haber tirado 10 horas de juego que
Seems you
invertir 10 horas
really
más.
learned a lot from New about how to make yourself feel better.
Pero si no es el caso,
I knew it.
pues
How could
obviamente
anyone
lo
ever
suyo es
reach the island with so many
sacarle el
hindrances?
máximo jugo al juego.
Mm-hmm.
Que no te digo que hagas el platino o que busques todo. En plan, principales, secundarias, coleccionables, eventos.
Why are you all looking at me like that?
No, 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 no.
The elders of the tribe also
Cada
gave me that
persona es
same look.
diferente,
What's that supposed to
cada
mean?
persona tiene cierta
New.
satisfacción.
I've already proven that I'm
Entonces, hay
stronger than
personas
you.
pues, que tienen
I've
suerte
been
con
to
hacer
even
la
more
modo
dangerous
historia, ya se
places
sienten
and found
satisfechos.
far more precious
Hay
treasures.
otros que pues hacen las
I'd even been
principales,
to the
unas cuantas
mysterious island.
secundarias
Why do you still
y
look
unos
at me as
cuantos
if my words don't
coleccionables
bother you at
y
all?
exploran un poco y dicen, ya me di por
Polo.
satisfecho del juego.
Even
me
if you had
ofreció lo
never been to
suficiente.
the island, no one would deny your
Y
abilities.
luego están, por desgracia,
But
mi
as for
caso,
what we
que
would
es
deny
pues
about you,
completar, obviamente, la historia,
Only you can
hacer
find the
todas las
answer to that.
secundarias, completar el mapeado,
Me?
explorar lo máximo posible, no dejarme ningún fleco, no
So
perderme
now,
nada.
our trip to the mysterious island is officially finished, right?
Yeah,
Te digo
but
que me
I
acabo de
have
dar
one
cuenta,
more
tú
place
juegas
I
de
want to show
PC,
you.
pero
Come with
algún
me.
icono son de los controles de Xbox por lo que veo. Ah, sí, es que en PC, según el mando que estés usando, se ven esos iconos. Entonces yo en PC siempre juego con el mando de Xbox. ¿Pero por qué? Primero, porque es más compatible con el ordenador. Vale, los mandos de Xbox son más compatibles. ¿Que los de la Play también lo son? Sí, pero menos. Vale. Por ejemplo, hasta hace poco creo que tenía que ponerse con cable sí o sí. En cambio el de Xbox lo puedo jugar de manera inalámbrica. Y luego la segunda motivo es que siempre me han gustado más los mandos de Xbox. Por ergonomía, por la disposición de los joysticks, ¿vale? Que estén separados me gusta más que los de Play. Los de Play que estén simétricos no me gusta. Cuando llevan mucha hora, los dedos, ¿vale? Los pulgares, de tenerlos tan juntitos, te acaban creando una especie de dolor articular, ¿vale? Y tienes que dejarlos, o sea, en plan, me duelen los dedos, o sea, me duelen los dos pulgares, no puedo. En cambio, con el de Xbox eso no me pasa jamás. Entonces, si yo conecto un mando de Play, pues, por ejemplo, los botones que se están viendo aquí, mantén pulsado X y la B para salir. Si yo conecto el mando de la Play en PC, pues me pondría salir círculo y mantén pulsado para salir cuadrado. Yo la verdad me acostumbré a los mandos. Sí, pero tú pruebas, cojo el mando de la Play y échale a jugar durante 2 o 3 días entre 8 y 10 horas. Ahí vas a entender a lo que me refiero. Llega un momento en el que los pulgares no... de estar ahí todo pegados, todo juntitos. Ya depende de todo el juego. Ya depende del juego, le saco todo lo que puedo. No me le meto de lleno porque si no acabo aburrido. Claro, o sea, por eso digo, es que depende de cada persona. O sea, yo no voy a ir y te voy a decir, no, Dualex, mira, tú tienes que hacer el juego 100%, si no, no lo estás sacando provecho. No, no funciona así. Cada persona es un mundo y en el momento en el que tú veas que ya no puedes sacarle más jugo, a lo mejor dices, bueno, es que me quedan muchas secundarias, pero es que no puedo más. O sea, ya el juego me empieza a quemar o ya el juego como que no me interesa seguir con el juego, quiero otra cosa. Pues entonces ya está, o sea, ya la has sacado todo el jugo, ¿me explico? Yo si acaso no más de 3 horas y ya. Es más, los directos que he hecho no duran más de 2 horas. Y eso como máximo. Pues entonces, tú, bueno, iba a decir prueba un día, pero bueno. Un día que estés de vacaciones o tengas día libre, dices, voy a echar 8 horitas timidillas. Vas a flipar. Ahí vas a entender por qué me gustan más... Bueno, es que estoy siguiendo la maldita estela. Pero bueno, y a ver, aunque... Ajá, pues en enero que salgo por 10 días, pues mira, intenta pegarte ahí un vicio.
This is the place. From what I've heard, if we take
Eso
a
sí,
group
yo te
photo
recomiendo,
here,
si vas a
it'll bring us
viciar
good
tipo
luck.
8 o 10
I'm
horas,
sure of it.
What made you think
o sea,
of
tú habrás
taking
visto
a
que muchas
group
veces
photo?
he hecho 12 horas de
Well,
directo,
we
14
completed
horas.
our trip to the mysterious
17
island
horas.
together. So of course
Obviamente
we
yo no
need
he
a
estado
memento
las
to keep.
17 horas sentado haciendo, jugando.
You've earned the greatest
No, no, no.
honor for a guy.
O sea, de ahí quita por lo
Hey,
menos
you
1
can
o 2
only
horas.
walk away with a
Que
photo
me he
of your
levantado,
friends.
he salido un
You're
momento,
pretty amazing,
he estado a lo mejor
Mulan.
media hora
You
fuera,
really sacrificed a lot for
ya
your
sea para
tribe.
que he ido a
Would you
comer,
call it a sacrifice?
o he ido a sacar a Kira de
I don't really
paseo,
think so.
etcétera.
Actually, after
Pero yo
hearing
no te
Uncle New's
recomiendo
answer,
tantas horas
I have
sentado sin
this
moverte,
vague
ni de coña.
feeling that
No, no, no,
after
malísimo.
all that we've been through
O al
together,
menos yo no lo aguanto.
the results don't matter anymore. Oh, it's kind of hard.
No, I get it.
Me las pierde mi jefe por 2 semanas. No, si es mejor moverse, eso es malo para el cuerpo. Sí, sí.
So
hecho,
that's
suelen
your answer,
recomendar
huh? To
que
the
cada
meme,
hora de
it's a
juego
good one.
te
let's
levantes
make
y
this group
descanses 15
photo.
minutos.
Paimon's ready.
A ver, yo eso no lo hago.
3, 2,
Pero sí, por ejemplo, muchas veces digo, ven un momento, voy a por agua. Y a lo mejor tú has dicho, voy a tardar mucho, tal. Porque necesito, pues eso, mover las piernas, tal. Bien, por fin. Ha costado, tío. Ha costado. Pero lo hemos hecho.